Can you imagine waking up in the morning, checking your phone, and seeing £10,000 deposited into your UK business account at the end of the month? That feeling of control, of building something real in one of the world's best business environments, is something I want you to experience. That's why I'm bringing you a complete roadmap to starting a small business in the UK that can actually hit that 5-figure monthly mark. This isn't theory, it's a practical path that works. And I'll let you in on a little secret. The fastest method I'll share might surprise you because it skips years of struggle. But before I show you exactly how to do this, remember to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. Starting a business in the UK is one of the smartest moves you can make right now. The system is designed to support entrepreneurs. The tax structure rewards smart planning, and the market is hungry for fresh ideas. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think starting from scratch is the only way. They spend months building, testing, failing, rebuilding, and burning through their savings while barely breaking even. There's a smarter approach that lets you skip the painful startup phase and jump straight to revenue. And I'm going to walk you through both the traditional path and this faster method so you can choose what fits your situation. Let's start with the foundation, setting up your UK limited company. Now, I've set up companies for most of my businesses over the years, and here's what I learned the hard way. Forming a limited company yourself, going the DIY route, is stressful. You're dealing with company's house, understanding share structures, memorandums, articles of association, and registered addresses, all while trying to focus on actually building your business. As someone who's been through it multiple times, I won't recommend the DIY approach for most people. It's not worth the headache when there are better options. Instead, use a company formation service. These platforms handle everything: the paperwork, the filing, the registered office address, and they do it in 24 hours or less. But here's the catch, and this is important: make sure you're not overpaying for these services. Some companies charge £200, £300, or even £500 for the exact same registration that others do for $50 or less. All you need to do is avoid being overcharged for any services. Make sure to use our cost calculator. The link is inside the video description, so you can compare prices and find the best deal without sacrificing quality. Getting this set up right and cheaply means more money in your pocket to actually grow the business. Once your company is registered, you need a business bank account. Starling, Tide, and Revolut Business are popular choices because they're fast, digital, and designed for small businesses. You can open them online in minutes, no appointments, no waiting weeks for approval. You'll also need to register for VAT if you expect to make over £90,000 a year. But you can register voluntarily even if you're below that threshold to reclaim that on business expenses. And don't forget basic accounting software like Xero or QuickBooks to track your income and expenses from day one. It makes tax season so much easier and keeps you compliant without the stress. Now let's talk about the traditional approach, starting a business from scratch. You pick an idea, maybe it's e-commerce, maybe it's a service business like digital marketing, consulting, or cleaning services. You build it slowly, you test your market, you find customers one by one, you tweak your offer until it works. This path can absolutely get you to $10,000 a month, but it takes time. Usually 12 to 24 months of consistent effort, smart marketing, and patience. You're learning as you go, making mistakes, adjusting, and slowly building momentum. For some people, this is the perfect journey because they want to build something from the ground up, they want to learn every part of the business, and they have the time and energy to invest. But there's another way, and it's faster, smarter, and honestly, it's how a lot of successful entrepreneurs are doing it now. Here's the method that may likely work for someone with funding. instead of starting a business that you're not so sure will pass all the building phases. Just raise funds and buy an already made business that is making a monthly income. You buy those businesses cheap and revamp them to double or 2x the ROI. Look, this method works because the Gen Z and Gen Alpha generations are not ready to take any boring or traditional jobs. A lot of them are looking for fast ways to make money. They want digital businesses, they want remote work, and they want flexibility. So most millionaires who have boring businesses, traditional brick-and-mortar operations, and local service companies, they're ready to retire, and they're looking for someone to pass down those businesses. But few people are interested if it's not digital, if it's not sexy, if it's not trending on TikTok. That's your opportunity. These retiring business owners are sitting on profitable operations, businesses doing $5,000, $8,000, $10,000, even $15,000 a month in revenue. They've built the systems, they have the customers, they have the reputation. But they're tired, they want out, and they're willing to sell for reasonable prices, sometimes just 2 to 3 times annual profit, because there's no line of buyers waiting. You step in, you acquire the business, you bring in fresh energy, you modernize the marketing, maybe you add a website, run some Facebook ads, clean up the operations, hire a manager, and suddenly that $8,000 a month business is doing $15,000 or $20,000. You've doubled the revenue without spending years building from zero. Where do you find these businesses? Platforms like World Businesses for Sale list thousands of profitable UK businesses for sale right now. You'll find cafes, cleaning companies, gardening services, recruitment agencies, small manufacturing operations, all generating real monthly income and looking for new owners. You filter by location, by industry, by asking price, and you reach out to sellers. You ask questions, you review their financials, you negotiate, and if the numbers make sense, you make an offer. Some of these businesses sell for £20,000, £30,000, and £50,000, and they're already profitable from day one. If you don't have the cash up front, you can approach investors, pitch them on the acquisition, offer them equity or profit sharing, or even negotiate seller financing, where the current owner lets you pay over time as the business generates revenue. The beauty of this approach is speed and certainty. You're not gambling on an idea that might fail. You're buying proven revenue. You're not spending 2 years trying to find customers. They already exist. You're not figuring out operations from scratch. The systems are already there. You're simply improving what already works, and that's infinitely easier than creating something from nothing. Within 3 to 6 months of owning the business, with the right tweaks, you can be hitting that £10,000 monthly mark or more, and you're building real equity in an asset that you can eventually sell again for a profit. Whether you go the traditional route and start from scratch, or take the smarter path and acquire an existing business, the UK gives you everything you need to succeed. Low barriers to entry, strong legal protections, access to funding, a massive consumer market, and a business culture that celebrates entrepreneurship. The question isn't whether you can build a $10,000 a month business in the UK, it's whether you're ready to commit and take action. These strategies could be one of the paths to your financial freedom. Just remember that caution and research are the most important steps before investing. Before I go, tell me, would you rather start from scratch or buy an existing business? Leave it in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time!